Hello ladies and gentlemen, Marshal Gotan here, bringing you another Overwatch video. It's been 2 weeks since release. I've got Alpha here as well.
Hello.
And going to give a little rundown of what we've encountered so far and what we think is good, bad and the ugly. So, let's start with...
Well, we certainly got the ugly in this chat. I mean,
wow! Alright.
well, that's like self-burn level maximum.
Yeah, true. The first thing I want to talk about is the loot box thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been watching a lot of other videos and a lot of other, blogs and articles and stuff, and a lot of people seem to hate them.
A lot of people bitching that they're not being taken advantage of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Geck. Like, I don't know. Pisses me off when I see it because it's just so dumb. Like, you are just gambling, I suppose, with the loot box system.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, it's not as if natural progression with time played won't get you stuff.
Well, exactly. I mean, you unlock a loot box every level. You don't have to buy them. It's optional. And it's all cosmetic, so it's not like you're buying a new champion or something like that.
Yeah, you're not paying to win. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really see... Like, I just feel like it's a lot of whining.
That and the game's been out 2 weeks. It's not as if they're going to be able to pump out, cosmetics.
Yeah.
That early on into the development cycle.
Well, exactly.
And
yeah.
if they allow you to purchase individual stuff, or individual cosmetic items rather, they're going to run out of cosmetic items, and everyone's just saying, like, "Oh, I want more cosmetics."
Yeah.
Blizzard can't win in that regard. I mean, I'm not suggesting people feel sorry for Blizzard, but people have to appreciate that it's a crack at the system. However they choose to distribute cosmetic items is going to be a catch-22, and it's going to piss some people off.
Yeah,
and people should have to live with that.
Yeah.
I've not seen a constructive criticism of Blizzard's loot box system that has any validity to it, really. I mean, you don't see the parallel I would perhaps draw is CSGO. You don't see people fucking
wanting to dragon lore every box. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do on the black market, but you don't see it from Volvo themselves. So,
yeah.
So it's a bit of a different entity in that regard, and you've got the whole esports betting system. But at the same time, Valve don't. It doesn't come directly from source. It's third-party speculation.
Yeah.
So I just think people are just being entitled.
Well, yeah. I mean, all they want is the legendary skin straight out of every single box, and it's like that's not going to happen.
I mean, to be fair, I've been playing 60 hours, and I've gotten a legendary for 76, a legendary for Farah, a legendary for Diva.
Yeah.
And I bought myself a Mercy legendary.
The ones I've got out of the boxes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I swear there was a post about.
I've got about 6.
Rarity levels and drops in loot boxes the other day on Reddit. I can't remember what. I know the legendary was sub 10%, but it wasn't like sub 5% if my memory's correct. I mean, that's not necessarily that bad.
Well, no, it's not. I mean,
especially when it caps the XP per level caps out at 22k.
Oh yeah. I mean, so, they're basically saying here, here's a cap. Fairly low, and it's easy because at our level we can get a level in maybe 2 or 3 games, maybe 4, something like that.
No, at my level I can't do it in 2-3 games because if it's 22k XP, right?
Yeah,
and I average about, if I'm playing in a group, I average somewhere between 3.5k or somewhere around that figure.
Okay,
so more like
4 or 5, something. Oh yeah, well, okay. Then 2 or 3 was a bit of an exaggeration, but...
Well, I mean, but then, it's not... It's like an hour's worth of gameplay, really, 2 hours tops.
Yeah, because the matches can be quite, if you get a load of quick matches, then...
The only thing with the quicker matches is the XP goes down to like 2k, but...
Well, I suppose it depends what side you're on, because I thought that you got more XP if you did it quick on attack.
Well, yeah, because you win.
Well,
It is
no.
kind of weighted by win-loss, I think. It is weighted heavily. It is weighted more towards winning, so you get more XP for winning.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, even then, but like if you, let's say you deliver payload on Dorado in 5 minutes, that's still like 2.2k XP, which is a tenth of a level.
Yeah.
If you're on it.
It's still not too bad.
All your games are going to be like that.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, granted, I feel like, a lot of it does, as I said, does come from I want a legendary. I've just opened a box and I've got all duplicates because I've bought like 200 fucking boxes.
Yeah.
Which I feel is unfounded. Like, maybe you should get more currency back from duplicates, but
in the case of legendary items, yeah, because
no, definitely.
Fucking 250, pardon my language, but 250 credits for a legendary skin duplicate seems a bit
low
and a bit, yeah. See, it seems like it's a bit of a lackluster return.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing as you could open a legendary currency and get 500.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, I understand I don't want to make everything too easy to get, I appreciate that, but
yeah,
there's a line one must draw. It's like getting 5 credits for a duplicate voice line every time. It's like, yay. I've done that in several boxes.
Yeah, same.
Like, yeah, there's a fine line between kind of just being a greedy bitch and just accepting the system for what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm going way too far off topic.
No, that's fine. I mean, loot box pretty much covered what I wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think you'd agree the game looks nice.
Yeah.
For the majority of the time, it plays nice, but obviously we will get to the bits where, there's a bit.
I was going to say you are being a bit edgy here, but
yeah, a bit edgy. I mean, what am I, Reaper? Lol.
Cat.
But yeah, with the whole play nice thing, I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of lag per se. I feel like,
I've seen plenty of lag comp though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, let's talk about that for a bit. Like getting hooked around corners by Roadhog. Getting shot when you're in full cover, and shots missing.
Yeah, I mean, the getting shot in full cover thing isn't necessarily lag comp, but more to do with how hitboxes and hitboxes work. But I mean, the information exists out there on the internet. It's not for me to sit there and explain to people for about 5-10 minutes. I'm sure you netizens are fucking.
Well, you could just go on Reddit and there's probably something there that is well written.
But people are probably, I would wager that anyone listening to this is probably intelligent enough to work it out for themselves.
Yeah.
Or has played enough into fighting game here, i.e. Melee, Tekken, Street Fighter, whatever, to know how that works.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I suppose people don't know, unless they've played TF2, in which case they will know, is the difference between hit scan and projectile weapons, because that's where the problem ensues. Hit scan weapons are largely fine. The only hit scan weapon that I take issue with Widow is Widow, but then the thing with Widow's weapon is more that the charge rate is a pile of bollocks, and anyone who's but that's a different.
I've had real issues with Widow.
I'll talk about that with a bit. But for the large part, hit scan weapons like Widow's rifle, McCree's revolver, pulse rifle 176, and they all work fine. It's just the projectile stuff, kind of like Hanzo Arrow's the biggest offender, really. I mean, Mercy's pistol's a bit of an offender. I'm sure anyone, if you skulk the internet enough, you can see gifs of
that gif from last night you sent me. Oh, Jesus.
Where you can shoot like 10 centimeters to the right and above the hitbox, or the hitbox, I suppose, because people get confused because there are two hitboxes. But yeah, like, I mean, I had a friend of mine who used to play some CF2 who now plays a fair bit of Overwatch and was kind of like Div 3. What he used to play? I'm sure he used to play a fair few things, didn't just play one thing, but he said to me, just make everything hit scan. And it's like, well, I see his point in some regards, kind of, but at the same time, you can't make Hanzo's arrow hit scan. I think he knows that, but I just think he's kind of, he has an idea about how to play the game, and the problem is it's a case of how you balance a bow and arrow in a game as frantic as Overwatch without some generous hitboxes. Because anyone who's played TF2 and used the Huntsman, the problem is the exact same. People have pumpkin-sized head hitboxes because of how the projectile hitbox and the interaction between that and the hitbox of the character in question. It's like
this is a major issue, isn't it? Because there's small little tweaks that a lot of people say need doing, but then obviously if they enact on that, if Blizzard enact on that, then it's probably not going to work. If they just do a blanket sort of, you need to do this, you need to...
The thing is, there is no simple solution to this. Like, there isn't. You make the hitbox too small and you make Hanzo practically unplayable, but for all of the top 1% of players. You make it too big and you just make him an impressive bastard who just takes absolutely zero skill, and you just sit there and spam left click and play the game,
Just spam left click in a general direction and
get
all headshots.
The game because it's because that's how things were. There is no simple bit, but the main thing that I see that pisses me off is increase the tick rate, lol. It's like, well, that might solve one or two issues, but that won't solve every problem that the game has. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not ragging too hard on Overwatch, because I have enjoyed, it's been a welcome change for me in a lot of respects after putting 700 odd hours into Rainbow Six Siege and being thoroughly disappointed with the lack of combat, RE hacking, and magical powers, i.e. ESP.
Let's not open that box anymore. Let's just close that Pandora's box. Put it under the dusty floorboards.
You can't press me.
Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, but no, I mean, as a simple kind of node of
comparison,
I have enjoyed Overwatch far more.
Oh yeah, definitely, me as well. I think I've encountered 2 cheaters maybe in 2 weeks, instead of 2 cheaters in a minute on Siege.
I mean, for me, it's gotten to the point now where I can't play with some of my friends who are quite good and I was alright at Siege. We can't play without getting ESPs in pretty much every game. I could count on one hand, or I could count on half of a hand the amount of legit games I've had in the past month on that game. You get the shitloads that are like, oh, hacking doesn't exist except in high ranks. Well, anyone says it's not true.
Clearly they haven't been looking properly.
Yeah, I mean, all my mates tell me, oh yeah, that guy's a hacker, he doesn't even bother changing his name. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Yeah. But anyway, let's go back to the point. Well, I mean, I'm straying a bit off
on hacking. I mean, Blizzard have already it's only been 2 weeks and they've already launched a giant campaign against it. Because Was it 1,500 in
I think it was like
China?
1,500 in China.
The Asia region or something.
Can't remember the exact details. I know it was in Asia.
It was definitely.
I'm
between,
fairly certain it was China. But,
I think it was.
Yeah. Netizens of the internet, you'd probably have to fact check us on that one, but yeah.
But I think it was 1,500.
Yeah,
that's you know, I mean, like permaban as well.
I've seen other articles about how much Blizzard is frustrating the hacking community with regards to this game, and you know what, good on them.
Well, yeah, I mean, is there a company that has been so harsh recently?
The thing is, what you have to bear in mind with Blizzard is that Blizzard actually have more ammo in this regard, because Battle.net doesn't just, act with regards to the ability to log into Overwatch. There's StarCraft, Diablo, WoW, Heroes. So, they can. It seems harsher in light of that because they can ban you from more games.
Definitely.
I mean, if you put it into perspective, i.e., just Overwatch, I don't think it's any more harsh than COD 4. If anyone here is old enough to have played back in that day, I mean, I remember Punk Buster bands flashing down the screen, left, right, centre. Back in the day.
God, Punk Buster.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Punk Buster wasn't exactly perfect and it was very crude. But I mean, that coupled with sensible adminship, it was just as stringent as what Blizzard are doing. It's just we're now in a world where we seemingly have moved away from having individual servers for games, and you'd have tight-knit communities, and I mean, I miss that, but
some games do that, but overall,
yeah, but I would argue they're in the minority.
Yeah, oh no, definitely, yeah.
Especially with shooters now, I would argue they're in the minority.
I don't know. PlanetSide 2, I think, might have some
that and
personal servers. Yeah, oh, definitely Battlefield, yeah.
But other than that, yeah, you couldn't do it. You'd have no player base on Battlefield if you did it the same way they treat things like COD, Overwatch, etc. I just want 2143 to come out. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty nice as DICE and Blizzard, not Blizzard for DICE and EA. Well, it's fucking EA. But, so yeah, carry on. As we were.
Yeah, as we were. Right. So yeah, I think we covered most of the major points. So let's finish it off with three things you like, 3 things you hate, and 3 things you want to change.
Hate is a strong word. Let the hate flow through you. No,
let the hate flow.
Right. So, 3 things I like. There's clear-cut balance in Overwatch. Yes, sure. There's balance in things that I would change, but it seems to be largely well thought out.
Yeah, definitely.
In a large part, like I said, there's some stuff I'd change that I'll get to in a bit, but for a release that's been out 2 weeks, I'm not. Apart from the aforementioned Widow issues that I have, I've not come across a chronic balance issue that really takes the biscuit. I mean, I think when we first recorded this, we spent 5-10 minutes talking about McCree.
Well, about that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's mainly a lot of people whining on Reddit. So
he's the exception. No, he is. There is poor balance in regards to the whole ethos about when Overwatch came out was you switch classes to counter characters that are giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Well, McCree gives pretty much anything in close range a problem when that wasn't really his design application.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I recall you saying, he was meant to be a mid-range
pretty much, yeah. So
hero.
kind of, if anyone played TF2, Spy, Ambassador Spy, pretty much. You know, and you were rewarded for headshotting people. And you know, that was the thing. And his two abilities that aren't Fan the Hammer were purely designed as safety mechanisms because, you know, he hasn't really got any other way of disengaging. But, you know, good players will find a way to abuse the tools given to them. And I mean, you don't have to necessarily be that good of a player to E, R and B roll and then R and B again. But, you know, you could just abuse that and beat people like Reaper, whose speciality is meant to be 1v1 confrontation.
Yeah.
Winning a battle against McCree becomes a mind game of can you shift and dodge the flashbang? If yes, you win. If no, you lose. And not everyone finds that an engaging an experience.
Well,
especially with the whole lag comp tick rate thing.
Yeah.
Where split-second interactions are punished rewarded.
Oh god, yeah. Especially if you're trying to like pinpoint deflect as Genji. Yeah. You know, I had to play the game last night where pretty much I sat in front of people, I've sat in front of 4 people, pressed D, whipped out the weirdo stick and carved people up with that. But I didn't necessarily use deflect like it was intended. I just abused lag comp and cut people up. I don't think skill-based mechanics should have that much buffering and you know, that much leeway personally. But that's just me being an elitist bastard who used to play you know, every FPS he's ever played, pretty much kind of in the upper echelons of play and out of filthy casual playlists. But you know, well, we're still waiting for the
yeah. Well, can't do anything about that at the moment, can we?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So that's. I mean, with good things. I mean, yeah, you've got clear balance. You know, directives and philosophy. You've got. You know, there's no character that feels the same. They all have unique identities, which I quite enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. It's not like you've got McCree and then, I don't know, Hanzo's just a Asian McCree or something.
Yeah.
That's a bad example, but you know what I mean.
The example that I would draw is again from Siege, because, for instance, the one that comes to mind most prevalently is Rook and Doc. They're basically the exact same operator, except one has the ability to revive and one doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, within the kind of microcosm of gameplay in Siege, it kind of affects what they can and can't do, i.e. Doc roams far better than Rook does. But they don't feel that much different. Like, you can still pick one or the other and still play with the same weapons, and you know, it feels largely the same. You just have to play one a bit more defensively than the other. Whereas there's nothing that really feels that way in Overwatch. You know, that feels like they've crafted the kits for a specific purpose that is different to everybody else's, which I quite like.
Well, also, you know, that fact also upholds the selling point that they were going for, where you change heroes like on the fly. Yeah,
I mean, it's been a while before people actually crack onto that, but oh god, I didn't feel it. Right. Yeah, things I don't like. Okay. Well, I mean, I think on the basis of character design, whilst we're still here, I don't like how May is designed. That's not to say that I think May is overpowered or anything like that. I just think that she has way too heavy reliance on left click. which isn't really it's not a fun experience for anybody involved. I don't think it is. I mean, people are inclined to disagree. I just, the only outplay potential is to not be in close range.
Yeah, keep your distance, sniper maybe, and
or just out DPS her before she freezes you, i.e. Reaper.
I mean, Reinhardt has a better time of defending against the left click because it doesn't go through the shield.
No, he doesn't, because he still gets slowed.
Yeah, but he doesn't get frozen, does he?
Not until you drop the shield, no, but being slowed is enough for her to walk through the shield and freeze you.
True.
Like, May gives Reinhardt quite a lot of problems in that regard. Literally the only thing you can do as Reinhardt is pin her to a wall, and hope.
Yeah.
And ha 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 ha. Yeah. So yeah, that's about all you can do, and hope that it's effective, or hope that she's not used her ice block. In which case, you is perhaps the appropriate response. Yeah. So that's one of the things I don't like. I just don't think she promotes, a healthy gameplay.
Yeah.
Especially when a lot of stuff does have noticeable counterplay, and I feel people in the comments just going, well, just switch things again, switch heroes against me. It's like, well, anything, quite a lot of things will have the same issue.
Well, you'd have to probably play like, I don't know,
76.
Yeah, Soldier or Widow or Hanzo.
But
maybe Roadhog.
Need 3 widows.
I would say maybe Roadhog, because you could hook her in, and then if you're quick enough, blap her in the face.
I'm trying to think. She's got what, 250 base health, or is it 275?
Hold on, just looking at the.
Hold it.
250, yeah.
Not 250. You won't one combo her.
I've done it before. As Roadhog.
I'm trying to think. Will you one combo her?
Because the hook deals damage as well. It does about,
I know the hook deals damage.
20, 25, 50, and then Scrap Gun should finish her off then.
I'm just trying to think. I don't necessarily think that you can one combo anybody with 200 HP with Roadhog, but 250 I think is asking a tall order. Unless obviously she's been shipped a bit before you hook her, in which case yes, you will. But anything above 200 I don't think you can one bang with Roadhog. Hook into Scrap Gun, melee animation, cancel into the melee.
Fair enough.
I don't think you can do it, because then she just ice blocks, and then, well, you haven't got cooldowns. Because ice block only lasts 4 seconds, so she'll have time to freeze you, 2 seconds to freeze you before you get hooked back.
Right. So second thing you don't like.
Don't like Bastion. Again, not because it's overpowered, but just because I think it's poorly designed. Again, it's one of those things that doesn't necessarily promote healthy gameplay. It's. Did you find Bastion? Yes. Can you kill him before he moves? Like.
Yeah.
There's no real interaction there. And then if you get teams like actually protecting him, kind of Mercy Reinhardt, it then just becomes more of a pain.
God.
Sure, in a coordinated team where you've got 3 people yourself, you can deal with it just fine. But if you queue up solo and you run into that, it's a nightmare just watching your team get mowed down like a bunch of morons. Whilst you're sitting there desperately trying to kill this douche.
Yeah.
And there's certain maps where you will just struggle to do it on your own. Hanamura, last point, it comes to mind.
Oh, definitely, yeah, because if he sits on the back, like, you have to... Well...
You have to flank, but
you have to...
It's easy for people to sit on the stairs.
It's difficult to flank, though, that position. That's the issue.
Absolutely. I mean, your option is to play Pharah or play
Or Genji
Junkrat.
and just like zip behind him or deflect back at him or...
The thing is, you can't even zip behind him as Genji on that point, because if he places his back to a wall, you're not going to get to his crit spot as Genji.
Yeah.
Problem number 2 is deflect only lasts 2 seconds. You need more than 2 seconds to get behind him. And it's not hard to stop left clicking Genji when you see all sorts of orange flash around his body. So I don't think it's healthy game design. It's not because I think they're overpowered. And lastly but not least, of things that I don't like is lag comp. Getting hooked around corners is something that pisses me off quite a lot.
Definitely.
Especially playing Mercy and you're flown around the corner. Nope, keck. You, sir, have been absconded.
I think it's bad on Roadhog's side as well, because...
Or accosted, rather.
It's not the hooking around the corner, it's that with certain characters like Lucio, you would hook him and he would suddenly appear behind you instead of in front.
Can't say I've had that happen to me, but then I don't...
I've had it a lot.
40 minutes of Roadhog, so...
I've had it a lot. I've played, 4 hours of Roadhog or some shit like that? Yeah. Lucio is the big offender of that, but there are other characters, and I'm not sure entirely how or why it does it, and I don't know how to stop it, but he's really annoying, because you're like, right, I'm going to one-bang this bitch, like, pull him in, and then suddenly they're behind you, and you're like, what? Okay, fine, I won't have a kill then.
I think that falls under the purview of lag comp, I suspect. Yeah. But without... Considering Blizzard has got a theme of withholding information with regards to the game, I don't suspect we'll see how the netcode works anytime soon.
Yeah.
But what a man can dream. A man can dream. Yeah. And so 3 things I'd change.
Yeah.
I might be inclined to make Mercy and D.Va's pistol hit scan. That might be a thing. Because them being projectile weapons, I wonder how or what they're actually coded as.
Yeah.
When I see how big the hitbox is, and what they should just make it hit scan. Like, it would actually be more of a challenge to hit stuff, but I think hit scan would be more rewarding for both parties. I can't think of the amount of times I've 1v1 things like Roadhogs and Reapers as Mercy with the generous head hitbox given to me by the blaster. I'm not really punished for aiming that was far less than perfect, and was probably rather haphazard and lucky in some regards.
Well, I was going to say, like, the way I play D.Va when I hop out of the mech, I just literally strafe back and forward, holding left click and just spraying an area with bullets, because I know that they will just hit if anyone walks into the area without me having to aim properly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That is a bit of a noob way of playing, I realise, but
not really. You're just abusing the mechanics.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If they're going to let you have those kind of mechanics, then
I wouldn't necessarily.
Well, you're a better player than I, so you probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be uncomfortable with abusing mechanics that exist within the game, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to, I think other people will.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me because I've seen a lot of comments and stuff on the internet of people watching guides instead of actually, letting them to play the character, God fucking forbid. Saying, oh, Mercy's pistol's useless. It's like, have you used it? The thing has no damage drop off. The thing has generous as fuck hitboxes.
Well, it's got 20 clip as well, and a
20,
good BPM.
Yeah, and it's like, I think 2-3 rounds. Yeah, it's like, the thing is so good. I don't get it. You can one-click basically anything with anything like vaguely good aim. I'm like, no. People are just silly.
Yeah, well, I thought we already discussed
Yeah.
how people are a bit whiny with this game already.
Yeah, in other news, grass is green and people are stupid. The sunrise, sunset. Yeah, nah, like, shit makes no sense. Shit makes no sense at all. But back to things we've changed. So yeah, Widow's charge on the sniper.
Oh yeah.
That shit needs to be bumped up.
Well, as is at the moment, it's like 1 or 1.5 seconds from scope to full charge.
To go to full charge, I think you probably need it on 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because the amount of, I've seen decent Widow players just wipe teams with that on PC. Like,
well, I mean, there's that video from the open beta where the guy was just like, what was it, Nepal or something, the map, and he was just like hooking around all over the place, just like quick scoping people.
It was Nepal. It was the outside one. With the
shrine, I think.
Is it shrine?
I think it's shrine.
I know because there's 2 of them that are outside.
Oh no, it was.
It's the one with the big, kind of temple-esque thing in the middle with 4 entranceways. To it.
Yeah, that's shrine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that one. He basically just spawn camped with Widow's rifle, and it was pretty painful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, and you saw some of the generous lag comp hit. Like,
oh, definitely. Yeah.
If you find that, if anyone goes on the internet and finds that video, it's not hard to find.
I can't remember what it was called. I know it was was it a Korean streamer?
Oh god, hang on. Let me just.
Or it was a Korean stream at least.
Hang on. I can remember what the video was called. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so...
where are we? I've got it.
Oh, you got it.
I think. Okay. Yes. Where are we? Check team speak.
Let's have a look. So it's called. Come on, open the link. Come on, there we go. So it's team. Was it?
Just literally type into YouTube how Koreans play Overwatch and it will come up.
Oh, God, that's ridiculous. But yeah, so third thing you change, if I
was gonna change a third thing, I would change all the Discord on Zenyatta. Alright, I'm gonna stop screaming Koreans. It's actually putting me off slightly. It's constantly, it's ruining my thought process. I would change Zenyatta's orb of Discord only slightly. Like, I would give the the recipient of said Discord orb a damage debuff of like 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
Not originally my idea, but I saw it and I thought, yeah, I can get behind that. Because you can solve the problem of Widow one-shotting you in the body. You can run away from being one-shot in the body. Whereas now you can't. Because one shot in the body from Widow full charge will kill you. And that's not a fun experience for anybody involved.
Tell me about it. I'd play him more if he weren't so bloody squishy.
I've seen people just say, "Oh, add 25 health to him." I don't think necessarily that's a smart idea.
Well, he's meant to be squishy because like he's got the same health as Tracer.
It's meant to be risk reward, but then they give him no fucking movement ability.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, a lot of his health is shield as well. So
yeah, sure.
You know, the idea is like I think. Well, I don't want to assume what Blizzard are thinking, but I'm assuming. Well, I'm gonna think that the thought process was kind of like with the design was his faith is his shield. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So, you know, most of his health bar is shield, and then, you know, it's the tiny little bit at the end that is actual health. So, and obviously the shield regenerates, so if you think about it, as long as you don't get one shot, as you say, by Widow in the body, you could have, I don't know, if you play your cards right, as much health as fucking Roadhog or something, which is
I just don't think that I think the whole Discord orb suggestion is a more nuanced solution to the issue than just slapping more health on him. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to rework Zenyatta in some major way. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because I think
then again,
I'd say he's probably the most underused support, really, isn't he?
That's because he's not really a support in that regard.
Well, it's the same with Symmetra as well. I wouldn't really class her as a support.
The problem with Zenyatta is win more. Like, you will not change the game necessarily playing Zenyatta.
Yeah.
But if you're already winning, you will just shut the game out with him. Whereas I say, if you're not winning, you're probably not going to change much with him. God, I used to know enough Hearthstone cards to be like, it's a bit like having this card. But,
God, we ain't played Hearthstone in ages.
I haven't played Hearthstone in over a year, maybe 2 now.
Jesus.
Maybe longer. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Basically, I stopped just before GVG came out.
Bloody hell, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough nostalgia.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. If I were to answer the same questions, I've pretty much covered most of it. I mean, like, 3 good things. It looks great. It plays fairly great. And it's for the most part balanced, I would say. As we've discussed. 3 things I hate. Hit Ridge. He's not really Hit Ridge, but you know what I mean. Like, I've played Widow a lot.
I think I covered that one a bit.
Yeah, I've played Widow a lot, and it's like the tracing shot should be full body, and I've like timed it perfectly and everything, and it's just not happening. 3 things I hate. Yeah, Zenyatta. I don't hate him, but I hate the fact that I love him, but he's not really a viable choice compared to the others at the moment.
It's just he's like Symmetra. He is niche. It's not that he's not viable. It's
Yeah, but the difference is with Symmetra, she's still useful. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't play Symmetra every map though. Like, I wouldn't play Symmetra.
Well, I mean,
she has scenarios where she works well, but the majority of the time is you could play something else and be far more useful.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can say that about any hero, really, but like you wouldn't use Torbjorn on hold on, I was thinking something.
If you say Hanamura offense, I'm going to say no because I've done.
No, I was thinking more of like control points or something because you haven't really got time to set up.
Again, depends on which CP.
Yeah.
I've seen it work on Nepal in certain areas.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Shrine.
I'd say maybe.
It's something. It's probably one of those things that will work once or twice, but won't work consistently. Again, it depends on how your team is built.
Right. 3rd thing I hate. I think it's just the amount of whining that's going on already. I mean, it's been 2 weeks for fuck's sake. Like, stop the McCree hate. Jesus. Just wait.
The news people will be people.
I mean, yeah, loads of people are whining about McCree, but Blizzard is a savvy enough company to like already see it and are probably working on something. Same with Zenyatta, they're probably working on something.
I heard something about McCree getting there. I've seen it quite a lot.
Probably.
It's like, oh, God, he's getting there. And I'm like, well, I don't remember seeing any evidence that this is the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a bit silly if they do. I mean...
Well, this is the issue. You can't really nerf or buff anyone because you have to change the whole kit. I mean, McCree, if you're going to change him, you'd have to change his whole kit.
Yeah,
or at least change the way...
damage on the revolver. But...
Yeah, but then...
Because that would depend...
Or
The
you could
issue is
change.
that you can one bang tanks with fan roll fan.
Yeah, fan roll fan. Yeah.
Like, yeah, shit like Winston does not stand a hope in hell.
I mean, I don't know what it would do to his gameplay, but if you remove the reload during roll, that would even slow him down a bit because.
Again,
You know,
it's a viable option.
Instead of like nerfing his damage or anything, just remove the reload because then obviously, the whole flash, fan roll fan thing, you know, it removes it because obviously you'd still have to have a reload animation.
Yeah, in which case I think you have to compensate by giving McCree more range on the roll or more range on the flashbang. You have to compensate somewhere. You can't just flat out take
Well, no,
the
I'm
reload
not.
off roll.
You know, that was literally just a thought off the top of my head to remove the reload thing.
Sure.
But
No, I'm just saying, even with a change like that, you can't just do that and go, hey, we're done. Balance change.
3 things I'd change. I would sort out the quote unquote hit reg that I keep mentioning because that really is annoying. The lag comp and all that kind of stuff needs fine tweaking, I think. For the reasons we've already mentioned. Second change, I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know that. I don't know if it's directly related to the lag comp or whatever, but I feel like if you get on to, let's say, a point that is just about you're just about to lose, and it's the last second you get onto it, it still counts as a loss, even though you're on it, and it should reset the overtime counter. I don't know if that's to do with lag comp or not, but I feel it might be, but I don't know. But I feel like that needs to be a bit tweaked because it is annoying when like we've had several games where that's happened where we've just gotten to the point and it should reset, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think my experience of it is that you've had to. I've now lost what I was going to say, but what did you just say? Because I've got something off the top of my head, but
basically, I want to change the way that the system works, where you can step in the point at the last second of capture.
Yes. Basically, as far as I can tell, you need to be kind of fully inside the border. You can't just be on the border of the CP to trigger OT. I think your entire character has to actually be inside the border of it.
Right, okay.
That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. Okay, maybe. Alright, I'll rescind that one then. I haven't got anything else to change really other than that. Actually, maybe with the loot boxes, you change the amount of currency given back, or you say there is going to definitely be one unique item in each box that you haven't already got.
Yeah.
Like, that might make it a bit better, but then obviously, it is a business decision.
Cosmetic items to do that though, that's the issue.
Have they not? Because you've got 25 sprays on each bloody character, dude. Like, yes, some of them are achievement ones, granted, but...
Yeah, but this is Blizzard we're talking about. Blizzard is going to want a min-max profit. The time put in. They're not going to do something sensible like put uniques in a box. I can't be arsed doing the maths, but I guarantee that will make them less money in the long run from loot boxes, so they're not going to do it.
It may and it might not, because obviously you would have to still buy as many boxes as you do now to get the unique items.
Term, but they'll lose money in the long term.
Yeah, maybe. But then obviously if they keep up, I don't know.
Well, we can't really talk about that without seeing what their plans for releasing.
That's what I was going to say. Like we're just speculating at the moment because obviously no one knows apart from themselves what Blizzard are thinking of doing. I mean, time will tell. Obviously, with a lot of the stuff that we've spoken about, but Yeah. Well, right. I think that about wraps it up, really.
I think so.
We've covered all the major points I think we wanted to cover. Have you got anything else?
So. Can't think. No, there's nothing striking. That sits there.
Yeah.
Other than people are dicks playing Overwatch. I have the majority of my hours playing tanks and supports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
people
sure, I play a lot of, but I end up playing it because no one else will do it, not because I necessarily enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, this is the issue. It's the same thing with, like, you know, League of Legends or Heroes of the less with Heroes of the Storm, but you know, people just want to be like the offense because
class-based game. Yeah, sure.
They want to be offense to get, like, you know, the big highlights and, oh, look at me, I'm good, and you know,
I get that.
Ego inflation.
I get that, but you just get people who are just dicks to people who will play tanks.
Yeah.
It's like I've had games where I've played the tank and asked, you know, is a healer too much to ask for? And people have either gone with option A of ignoring me and playing 5 DPS anyway, or option B of fuck you, play support yourself, you bitch. And it's like, well, I would, but I'm already the tank.
Yeah, you can't be tank and support at the same time.
I can't do both, as much as I'd like to do both. You know, I just wish people would be a bit more self-aware and a bit more courteous in that regard. Like,
definitely.
Because what I notice, and it may be a bit immature that it pisses me off, but I see people spam, oh, I need healing, and it's like, either I have the beam already on them, and so I'm just like,
yeah.
Or what the other thing that tends to happen is they're off doing some sick flank, and they're gonna get a highlight reel. If only they had their pocket mercy. Oh wait, I'm not going to charge through the team just to heal you in your fruitless and selfish endeavour.
I will agree with that point. Like, people spam I need healing and they're like just already charging all the way over the other side of the enemy team, and you're just sitting there like,
over there in some
hello,
fucking thunder reach, and I'm like, mate, no, I'm not going to get over there. Not anytime soon. You can hold your horses, or alternatively, you can use those escape moves that you've got to come back.
Yeah.
You know, that's apparently not novel to anybody. So, I mean, those are the main things that grind my gears. That's not to say everybody is like that, but
yeah,
if I don't play in a stack, it is more noticeable.
I will say that's a good thing. The avoid player option.
Yes.
So if you do get like people you don't necessarily gel with, I'll take the tactful approach of saying that. You know, then you can
just be honest and call them what you think.
Yeah, fucking wankers.
Say that.
Yeah, but just avoid them, and it's great. Like I've already done it with about 10 people, and I've never encountered them again. Not even on the enemy team.
Quite a few of my friends who've used that option rather liberally. I haven't. I've just been too lazy and just entered this random match instead, just because I don't care. Even if I do, like, they're just muted. I don't care enough to avoid this player every time. I see someone, I just mute them and move on. I suppose it is easy just to mute them and play the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a nice option to have.
It depends upon how comfortable you are with social interaction, I suppose. I mean, some people, that avoid this player option might actually be great for some people, because it means they just don't have to deal with negative experience with regards to confrontation. But it's not something I'd necessarily do unless I'm, just coming on to vent or let off some steam and have some fun, and then there's this guy throwing a human-sized wrench in my fun, then I may consider employing the use of avoid this player function, but not something I'd get spam happy with. like
Yeah.
the block and like the block and mute buttons. I do get rather spam happy with them, just because I haven't got time for it. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else. So
Yeah.
we're probably gonna wrap up.
Yeah. Well, we've said our points. He's going to go out there, so if you disagree with him, you know, let us know in the comments. We'll start a civil discussion, by the way, not like, oh, I disagree with this because your mum's fat. No, let's have a civil, smart discussion here, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway,
Yeah, I just think, civil discussion. There's no need to insult anybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
sure.
everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You know, you just got to back it up with facts rather than insults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be open-minded there.
Well, yeah.
That
That helps as well.
Art form on the world.
Open-minded, yeah. Anyway, I've been Marshal Gotan. This has been Alpha. This is a video, and yeah, it's a thing. Take care, guys, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Ta-da.
If you liked this video, please take a second to press the like button. If you'd like to see more, leave a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel to be made aware when there are more videos going up. Thank you.